This is my small hiking pack. This is a great pack to leave in the car, and if you're going to take a little hike, this is the minimum gear that should go with you. This video is in response to a video that Scam did a couple weeks ago, where him and his wife went for a short hike and they ended up on a game trail instead of on an actual trail. And even though they were in an area where you know the general direction and you're going to hit a road and then be able to find your way back, this would be a good kit. Say if it got dark, you got lost like that, possibility of you may have to spend the night, or you just need some hydration. This is a great pack to have. Everything here plus the pack weighs under 5 pounds. This is a small Sabra gear pack. It can be worn as a sling pack, and I like to use it like that. I put this over my shoulder and sling this around to my back, and you don't even know you have it with you. And then on the back side, you have some other attachments. You can take that strap off, and here you have a carry handle. And this loop here, once you undo this loop here, you would put around your belt, and it becomes a drop pack. And then you can put this around your leg so it doesn't swing around like that. So this is a very versatile pack. It has many different options for carry. Now on the sides, I put a sheath here to hold a knife. What I keep in here is a multi-tool. This in particular is the MX clip. So this has a one-handed opening blade. Now on the other side, I put another little pouch, and this holds a flashlight. This flashlight uses AA batteries, but what's in here is a 14500. This is 920 lumens. It also has red light. You can reverse the pocket clip, so you can put this on the hat and use it as a headlamp. It's just a very nice little flashlight, and in addition to the 14500 that's in here, if you throw a couple extra AA's in your pack, you'll have spares. Now, even though it runs on AA's, that'll be at a reduced brightness, but that's okay. The idea is light for navigation. The 14500 will give you a bright spotlight for whatever you need. Now, in the main part of the pack, keep a few different items. This is a Mylar sleeping bag. That's self-explanatory. We don't have to go over that. This is a very small, lightweight saw. I've had this for a long time. I don't think these are available anymore. You probably haven't been able to buy one of these things for at least 20 years. So this saw has a very long life because it is resharpenable. I use a small diamond rod. It's like one of the little ones you use for sharpening fish hooks. Super lightweight. Cuts pretty aggressively. And as you can see, it's been tested thoroughly. Next is a tarp. It's a small steel nylon tarp with grommets. This is 5x7. These were available at Walmart for 10 bucks. Hard to beat, and it's much more effective than trying to make a lean-to or a little shelter out of a Mylar blanket. Speaking of Mylar blankets, there's 2 kept in here, along with a rain poncho. Now, for the container, you have a clean canteen. This one is 18 ounce stainless steel. You need to have a metal container, because with a metal container you can boil, you can purify water. You can use a t-shirt, cotton rag. Odds are you'll be wearing some clothing that'll suffice for it to strain water as you put in here, and then boil it. So you can take the debris out and then purify. Now what I keep inside is a few different drink mixes. You want to make sure you can rehydrate and replace electrolytes. And some flavored drink mixes that'll also do the same. Some hot chocolate, because right now it's winter time. So just a variety of things. and you can pack them right inside the water bottle. If you keep a couple water bottles in your car, just the generic plastic ones, you can fill this up when you're ready to go. No reason to leave this actually filled. And as you'll see later, there's enough room in this front pocket. You can drop all these drink mixes along with maybe a protein bar or a couple little snacks. So water bottle is a must, and it must be metal. Then as long as you're going to carry that, you may as well have a nesting cup. This is a titanium cup, but it works pretty nicely with this small clean canteen. So that makes a really good combination to have. And that's it for the main compartment. So now you'll be able to see there's two pockets. So I had the Mylar blankets in here, the rain jacket in here, and the other stuff in the main compartment. Let's move on to this side compartment. What's in here is different types of cordage. This is mason line, so that's generic tying off. You've got a nice hunk of paracord for a ridge line. Then you've got some more paracord for tie-offs, and this for whatever you need to fill in. And that's all I have in that pocket. Then we come down to the last pocket. There's a lighter. You need to make sure you have fire. And then a small fire kit. Okay. In here is a ferro rod with a duct tape handle. Get some pieces of fat wood and a couple of cotton balls down at the bottom. So between these things, you can be assured of being able to start a fire. Ferro rod is great. It's a great backup. It's good to even practice skills and just have fun with. But if you need a fire, if you're cold or you're thirsty and you need to purify water and you need that fire, you can't beat actual flame. Now, something that I don't have in here, which would be a good addition, would be some water purification tablets. But what I don't like about those is they take half hour or so to work. So in that time, I think I'd rather just boil. Now this is an ember lit stove. This is a titanium one. It only weighs, I don't know, 5 ounces, 6 ounces. But this is a great little stove you can put together. This is not necessary to have in a kit like this, but you can put this together. For example, if you know you're going to make some hot chocolate when you're out, and you don't have to worry about an area that you may catch on fire, and it only takes just a few twigs in order to power it. So it's a great way if you know you're going to want to make something. Maybe you brought some ramen along with the hot chocolate, and you're going to be making something hot out in the field. This is a great thing to carry. Otherwise, you could leave this out. Okay, a couple more things in here. The small Frontier water filter. This will allow you to drink water directly. You could scoop some up out of a stream or any place with this cup and drink it with this straw. And then the last thing that's in here is a little eating tool. If you're going to make some ramen or something like that, it's nice to have something to eat with. It would also stir hot chocolate, but you could just use a stick for that. It also could serve as a digging tool, or just a lot of things you can do with this. That is something, though, that could be left out. It's not a necessity. So that's the basic kit. Like I said, you could include some water purification tablets if you would like, but you would have to put them in here, and they generally work with a 1 liter bottle, so this is smaller. So I think between being able to boil with metal containers and then having the straw, you're in pretty good shape for hydration. Plus, I think what's important is those powders for electrolytes. That's especially important in hot areas or in the summer. So that's the contents of this kit. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything else that you would add to it or subtract from it. Remember, there is enough room in here in this front pocket to add a couple snack bars or something like that. But for the most part, the kit is pretty well packed. So you can't add big, bulky items. But I think with this, you have all the basics covered. You could spend a night, even if it was in a cold environment. You do have a very minimal sleeping bag, But between the sleeping bag, the Mylar blankets, which can be used to reflect heat, the tarp, and the ability to make fire, you could make a shelter that adds some warmth. And if you had to, you could split open this rain poncho, which is clear, and put that in the front of the shelter and make what Moores Kohansky called a super shelter. So I think this will be pretty effective. I'm going to load this back up and I'll give you a couple shots of how this sits on the body. Here's how the pack sits on the body. I prefer to sling it around on my back. And there you can see how it rides on the back. It's fairly small. You don't even know the pack is there. And you can swing it around to the front if you need to access the contents or you want to get a drink. Everything is very accessible. So I really like it as this sling pack. To me, this is just perfect. And it's a great little bag. You can keep it handy if you're going to go someplace on a day hike. And like I said, you're under 5 pounds total weight. If you unsnap this buckle and undo this Velcro, you have a strap that'll go around your leg. And this can go over your belt. You'll need to wear a heavy-duty belt. This will turn the pack into a drop leg pouch. So overall, this is a very versatile pack. It holds just the right amount of stuff. It makes a lightweight pack with a lot of different ways to carry it. That's going to be it for this one. If you have any suggestions, any additions or subtractions, put them in the comments below. We'll see you next time.